Put your hands up if this sounds familiar. You've done a bit of work in your garden, it was looking pretty good, but that was a few years ago, and now some problem spots have started to show up. Oh dear. You know, a garden is only as good as its weakest point, so I'm going to step you through a solution that's going to look good for years to come. So here's the problem. It's a high traffic area and the homeowners have got dogs. Top it off, it's a low spot, so when it rains it fills up with water as well. So to fix the problem, first I'm going to sort out the ground, and then I'm going to slow down the traffic. Paving is definitely the best option to fix this area, but I want to maintain some softness, so I'm going to use this. This is a turf grid system, and it allows the water through, so it's really good for the environment as well. It's about 95 millimetres thick, and it needs to be bedded on about 100 mil of blue metal. So that plus the sand, 225 mil. Got a bit more digging to do. I dare say that'll do it. To separate our lawn from our new paved area, I'm just putting in a simple timber edge. This is going to stop all our gravel and sand from mixing with the turf. I'm using H4 treated pine. That way, it's going to be fine in the ground. It's not going to rot away. If I was to lay my river sand directly on top of this blue metal, it would defeat the object. All the smaller bits of sand would fill the gaps. Eventually, it wouldn't drain, and then the top of the paving would go all unlevel. So I'm just putting down a layer of geotextile. This will cover up all the gaps, and we can put our sand on top. When you're screeding, you normally need to put a slope on it, so when the water hits your paving, it runs off. But with this sort of paving, you want the water to go straight through, so you want your base nice and flat. As you lay your paving down, you can really see the grid pattern coming together. Now, because these are nice and chunky, they're also really good for large areas like driveways. Well, that's the floor sorted, but what about the traffic? Yeah, there's our culprits, right on time. Well, I'm going to put in a gate here. That way it's going to slow people down as they walk through and really formalise the garden from the side path. This is all your fault. I'm putting in 2 posts to hang our gate off. Now, as a rule of thumb, when you're putting posts in the ground, when you're fencing or doing a gate, you need 1/3 in the ground and 2/3 out of the ground. You'll notice I've got some checkouts in my post. We've got this half scarf here, which means that we can attach our post to this existing retaining wall to make it even stronger. Got a couple of checkouts here for some rails to fill in the gaps as well. Now, I've just got to plumb this up in each direction. I'll screw it to the retaining wall, and then I can set it in with some concrete. I'm using an off-the-shelf gate because it's much easier than building one, but I have stained it in a dark charcoal to make it feel a bit more bespoke, and it also ties in with the house colours. So to finish off either side, I'm just going to do some simple pickets to tie it all together. Right, with the gate finished, it's time to move on to filling up our pavers. You can fill the holes with soil and put plants in them if you want, but instead we're going to put a gravel over ours. Now, I've gone for something that's complementary to the existing gravel, but I've gone for a much finer texture. This is going to get into the holes much easier, and it's going to pack this paving out, which is going to make it much stronger. There we go. A common problem, easily fixed with some simple and cost-effective DIY. It's turned this garden back to its former glory, and it's going to look great for years to come.
crash and burn.